Hey guys, how you doing? Welcome to a beautiful day in Houston, Texas. Weather is great. It's a high 90s, but definitely beautiful. Clear skies. Let me turn off the fan here so I can get that background noise away. But yeah, I am back in the garage, and we will be working on the GR Corolla, or actually I have been working on the GR Corolla. It's about 923 miles right now on the engine, on the factory oil. So I went ahead and did an oil change for the car. Well, I'm in the process right now of doing an oil change. So kind of just wanted to do a quick overview of just kind of what I'm doing. So of course we have the Toyota OEM oil filter, and of course the Toyota, what is this called, the drain gasket. Interestingly enough, this is blue. This is a pretty nice color actually. Does it match my, oh, it's pretty close. It's a pretty close blue. Whatever, but it's actually blue, and the Lexus ones are black. I don't really understand why that is, but these are super tiny filters. I mean, compared to like the WRX one. Let me see, I have a WRX one here somewhere. Yeah, here, I mean, they use this, I believe, on the normal Corollas. I mean, it is not like a special oil filter for any cars, but you compare it to the Tokyo Roki one for the WRX, big difference. Of course, this is about 25, the engine is about 25% bigger. It is a, what is it? A 2.0 versus a 1.6. But yeah, this thing is, it's quite small. I was a little surprised. But of course, if that's what Toyota wants to use, then we'll go ahead and let them use it. But here is the original factory one. I'm going to keep that one actually, just for kind of record keeping purposes. Something I also wanted to mention is if you look at the OEM oil filter, if you notice, there is a orange, I think, gasket. I just put the old cover on. I'm going to keep this for records. But if you can tell, there's like an orange filter material. It's like kind of rubber-like. The other one doesn't have it. It's actually substantially heavier too. I think it's because of the oil. But yeah, the part number is completely different too. So I might look into this part to see if they actually sell it. It seems like, I don't know, it looks better, I guess. I don't know. It just looks cool, I guess, with the orange interior. Kind of gives it a little bit of a, no idea. Just looks more competitive. I'm gonna look into this oil filter. They probably don't sell it, but it's probably been discontinued. Yeah. Just wanted to mention that. All right, back to the original programming. So I've actually already removed the factory oil filter, and I already drained the oil. The gasket that is on the factory one that was installed is actually stuck to the oil tank. I'm sorry, to the oil, what's it called? Oil pan. So I'm going to have to take that off. Probably use a plastic pry tool to take that off. I have some somewhere. I'll find them. And then I'm going to I like to keep all that stuff just kind of for record keeping purposes as long as the car is under warranty. And as a dry fill, it's about 4.5 quarts. Of course, I forgot to mention, always got the factory service manual plans here. Just kind of do a read through here. And they say that this engine actually takes 8 minutes after warming up. You got to let all that oil kind of drain back down again before you check the oil level for the using the dipstick. But it does use, I think, Ilsac GAF 6A. I don't really know what that is. I guess it's some type of standard. But anyways, luckily enough, Pennzoil Platinum 0W20 here is the right specs for this car. And of course, I just recently used Pennzoil on my RCF, and I haven't had any, it seems to run perfect in that car. Of course, it's expected. It's just oil that's a higher quality. But man, RCF, I actually did take it out, tested out the engine, and man, that car, even in normal, it was a thrill to drive. Today actually was one of the first times I took it in Sport Plus, and that car is, I guess kind of embarrassingly right now, that car is a little bit too much. I think it's, I have to get used to it because I mean, it's just, you're driving in Sport Plus, and the next thing you know, you're going from one group of cars, and then you see an open lane, open road ahead of you. You kind of test the engine out, and then the next thing you know, before you can really even go into the next gear, you're already in the next group of cars. So, which is perfectly fine. I mean, I was actually, it was kind of sketchy just going so quick. That car, those 5.8 liters, those 5 liter V8s can really, really accelerate. There's no joke about that. I can't imagine what a faster car like an M4 or M3 would be like. Must be a thrill. because that RCF is an absolute thrill. I don't know, people dog that car, of course. The shifting isn't as crisp, I would say, via automatic transmission. So that's a little bit disappointing. I'm sure that's why people always recommend the LC500. I'm sure the shifts with that new transmission are just absolute beauty. Music to your ears kind of thing. I'm just looking at it right now, just sitting in the driveway, sitting there. It is such a beautiful car. Absolutely love it. I will be washing it, but first I am going to be washing the beautiful GS350. I'm going to try out that Griot's, what is it called, ceramic coating spray. And unfortunately, kind of sad news, I am going to have to garage this for a little bit, so I'm going to have to pull the insurance into just regular liability, wash her up real nice, take her up for one last drive, and maybe buy a car cover for it, and let it sit for probably, I don't know, a while. And the reason why, honestly, is because I really want to kind of put some miles on the newer cars. They're still under warranty. And I've got a lot of work I want to put on them as well. So I'll be working a lot on those cars. Of course, the WRX got the final thing doing that one, the engine mounts. Haven't had time to work on that yet. Not in a while, I'm sorry. So I will be working on that soon, hopefully next week. Actually, no, I'll be watching the GS350 next week. So I'll probably, probably in a couple weeks I will be start working on the WRX. But the GR Corolla, definitely want to change that oil, put 100 miles on the new oil, kind of check out the levels and everything, and then I'm going to take the engine out for a real spin. Of course, under the warranty period, always going to be taking oil samples. I got an oil sample right here. This is the factory oil, so I'll be shipping that off to Blackstone. I still haven't gotten my results back for the RCF yet. I'm going to have to probably call them. It's been about 3 weeks. I'm hoping that they're backed up. I did see that the sample was delivered to their office, so not sure what's going on. But anyways, just wanted to say what's up to you guys. And, it's a beautiful summer. Hope you guys are going to enjoy your July 4th. Hopefully some of you guys are going to be grilling. I hope I will be too. Depends on how busy I am. Right now, just having a great time. Looking forward to changing the oil in the GR Corolla. So I'll get back to you guys in a little bit. Let me go ahead and just add the oil. I got to remove that gasket as well off the oil pan and fill her up. 4.5 quarts, that's it. It's less than half of what the RCF takes, just kind of for reference. So, whew, that is a lot. So, talk to you guys in a little bit. All right, guys, well, we're back. We are done pretty much. I have filled it up about 4 quarts. Kind of want to check the engine oil level, just to let it warm up to temp and then drain for 8 minutes and then check the dipstick. Should be fine. But that drain plug gasket was real difficult to get out. Let's see if we can find it here. There it is right there. Yeah, this one right here, it was stuck to the tank. I don't know why. I guess maybe the blue ones are a little bit different. But yeah, I ended up having to hammer it off with a plastic pry tool. Did not want to scratch or damage the the oil pan at all. So that was successful. Was a little worried, but it did end up flying off. I mean, I hope I don't have to do it again. But I do believe it's because you have to torque the drain plug to 30 foot-pounds, which is quite a bit. I think my RCF is only like 18 or something, so I don't know. I'm guessing I guess the oil's under very high pressure. And then of course you torque down the oil filter to only, I think, 14 foot-pounds. I think I like about that oil filter, I guess, is that it's kind of like the WRX one. Of course, I kind of like how this one on the WRX is top mount. And of course, you can always check that easily for any type of leaks. The minute you turn on the engine, you just check it. So definitely I would have to applaud Subaru on that design. Now, of course, the GR86 does have that feature, so that's great. A car that I do like, and maybe I will get. I'm not really sure yet. I don't have any space. Of course, like I said, I need a garage first before I do any of that. The Porsches, the GT3 RS, definitely looking at that car. The GT3, I don't know. Well, I guess we'll have to see. I'm not really sure what's going on. I don't know why I'm not as attracted to that car, because I absolutely love manual cars. But in all honesty, I'm a big Toyota, Lexus person. Absolutely love their brand. They do make mistakes, but they do stand behind their brand in terms of loyalty to customers. So anyways, gonna just go ahead and just back the car down, let it warm up to temp, and then I'm going to drive it for about 100 miles, a little bit easier, check the oil levels, and just making sure the engine is you know, accepting everything nicely and running nicely, and then I'll test out the car. Definitely, it seems like a car where the turbo goes in at high boost at the higher RPMs. So it's kind of like the STIs from you know, last year. Sorry, the last model year. Man, I really wish they made an STI for the coming up year, but it's all good. Definitely want to work on the WRX. You know, I want to thank my WRX subscribers. They've probably been here since the beginning because that was the first car I put videos out for. So I want to thank you guys for your loyalty, I guess, and of course viewership. Much appreciated. You know, having me deal with all these other Toyotas and a Lexus. But definitely WRX going to be getting that upgrade. Absolutely miss driving that car. That is actually, man, that car just looks good with all the add-ons to it. I'm looking forward to driving that car again. But yeah, I guess I'll call it a night, and hope you guys have a great weekend. All right, talk to you later. Bye-bye.